If you are not yet a member of the Patreon, link is in the description. Please consider becoming a member, as you will have access to many videos you cannot find here on YouTube.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.
Alright, if you do not like rabbit holes, this is not the video for you. If you do not like psychoanalyzing or paying attention to the red flags or the irregularities when it comes to Erika Kirk's behavior, her backstory, or even her family's backstory, this is not the video for you. Now is a good time to click off. Now, if you do not fit into that category, stick with me because this video is about to get super interesting, and I'm going to try to share as much as I can because there's so many more coincidences that I just found. So remember, we talked about the music video that Erika Kirk was a part of back in 2012 called She's My Kinda Crazy, starring Emerson Drive, where in this music video, she marries a guy by the name of Tyler. Not to mention the lead singer in that, I didn't know this before, but the lead singer in that music video is a guy by the name of Brad Mates. Brad Mates actually has a son himself called Tyler Roberts, but whatever, that's besides the point. Well, this music video was 3 minutes and 22 seconds long total. Why is that important? Because we've discussed multiple times on this channel, well before this year, by the way, the significance of the number 322. 322 is not only important as it pertains to Skull and Bones, obviously the vows to secrecy and the brotherhood that they committed to, but outside of that, 322 is also important because it's another way of venerating the number 7 as it pertains to gematria, numerology, and Freemasonry. 3 plus 2 plus 2 equals 7. Why is this important? Because when you think about the movie Snake Eyes, you know, the film where a guy by the name of Charles Kirkland was pow-powed in the right side of his neck at the Trump Towers on September the 10th, back in 1998. What happened just moments after Charles Kirkland, or Charlie Kirkland, was pow-powed in his neck? Nicolas Cage, the person that was assigned to investigate this pow-powing, he received a phone call. And on that phone call, what did they tell him? Don't forget your number, your lucky number. And he goes, what? And they said again, don't forget your lucky number. What's your lucky number? And then they show this person flashing the number 7. Not to mention that this is in a venue where you see what looks to be like 2 twin Masonic pillars with the letters M on the top of both of them, which is going to be relevant as we talk about Erika Kirk's rings later in this video. This is also the same venue where you can see the all-seeing eye. This is also the same venue where a guy would be accused and go down by the name of Tyler the Executioner. But it's most relevant to this video because when Charles Kirkland was pow-powed in his neck, the person standing right in front of him that witnessed this was someone that worked for him, which is a character by the name of Julia, dressed in all white with blonde hair. This person, this character named Julia, is played by an actress called Carla Gugino. The same Carla Gugino who would star in a film earlier this year in 2025, and by this year I mean in July of 2025, you know, the same month that Charlie Kirk hosted the Dave Smith-Josh Hammer debate. Heads of State comes out. Carla Gugino stars in that film as a character by the name of Elizabeth Kirk, who runs for and becomes the vice president. Well, this is how it ties to this music video. You know, the music video that came out a year after Erika Kirk's father, Kent Frantzvey, started his own YouTube channel and posted a very weird video just years later that we're going to talk about here in just a moment. But first, I need to give you some additional information. This music video called She's My Kinda Crazy, I found it very strange to find out that they actually posted like 4 behind the scenes videos, which we've already covered one of them, where they verify the fact that the person who is Erika's husband in the music video, his real name is Tyler, who in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, has the same or similar phenotype as the actual Tyler Robinson in real life. Well, there's like 3 other behind the scenes videos that they released. One of these videos is showing the other people that was in the music video, including members of the band. Well, one of the people that was in the band and the music video is shown at the 3 minute and 20 second mark of this behind the scenes video with a pentagram tattoo on his arm. It may mean nothing. Again, I don't know. I'm just sharing this information with you. But what I found to be most interesting about this guy is his name is Mike. But you know what they call him? Mikey. In this behind the scenes video, I know that for a fact because they keep referring to him as Mikey.
We could actually, have a little bit of setup. set up like Mikey right in the back of that bus.
Well, at the 3-minute and 20-second mark of this video, Mikey is explaining how he was trying to keep himself together as they were shooting the video because it wasn't the easiest thing to do. And the reason he's doing this is because in the music video, they were performing on top of a moving bus. Well, I just found it interesting that at this point in the video, Mikey would go out of his way to explain his role in the film and how he was trying to keep everything together, which is kind of ironic because when you think about real life here, you got the amazing, the great Mikey McCoy, who had this very odd behavior after Charlie Kirk was allegedly pow-powed, where he just casually walked off. So you first tell us it's a coincidence because so many white guys are named Tyler, but you also want me to believe that it's a coincidence that there's another person in this film very close to Erika Kirk, or Erika Frantzvey at the time, marrying this guy named Tyler. There's another character close to them named Mikey. Well, there's another video, another behind the scenes video, where at the 1 and 9 second mark of the video, which another way to think about that is 9:10. You can also think of that as 9:10, but that may be a stretch, whatever. But at the 1 and 9 second mark of this video, they show, wait for it, Erika Kirk for the first time wearing this weird snake head garment decor on her head. Now, I'm not a woman, I'm not a female, never have been one, so maybe this is common, but to me, this picture just looks weird to me. But it continues to get even more weird because back on September the 15th, 2011, a YouTube account was created by the name of Kirk Frantzvey, which we've already covered on this channel, is Erika Kirk's father, who has history working in Israel, and he helped build the Iron Dome. Well, if you're wondering if this is a fake account, maybe it's not her father, I have reason to believe that it is, because just 4 years later, on November the 2nd, 2015, so essentially 10 years ago to this date, Kirk Frantzvey posts a video to his YouTube channel, the only video on his YouTube channel, which is very weird and apocalyptic, showing like the end of the world. And it's like this cryptic message of trying to encourage people to be prepared for something that's coming. And what really confirmed for me that this was the right Kirk Frantzvey and not someone else with the same name is that at the 3-minute, and yep, you guessed it, 20-second mark of the video, we see for the very first time Erika Kirk, or Erika Frantzvey at the time, we see her face for the very first time as she wearing, as they describe in the video, as this sort of emergency bag that she's been preparing, or she's had in preparation for this end of the world event. And while I can't fully figure out the Planet of the Apes, theme of the video, what I can tell you is that there is a phrase at the very end of the video called Prepper Emporia. And I've looked it up, and it means basically a marketplace that sells survival or emergency preparedness goods. Now, I want to state for the record that I looked up what happened back on September the 15th, 2011, around the time that this YouTube account was created. There was this significant event on September 15, 2011, where the Palo Verde nuclear generating station, and of all places, Arizona, which is where TPUSA headquarters is stationed, only after Tyler Boyer convinced Charlie Kirk to move it from, I believe, Chicago to Arizona. Well, this nuclear generation station, which is the largest nuclear power plant in the U.S., reported a quote-unquote non-emergency event to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. And basically what happened was there was a malfunction with 2 outdoor sirens that were a part of this public warning system used to alert nearby communities in case of a nuclear emergency, such as a radiation leak or a plant accident. Again, this could mean absolutely nothing, but I just thought it was interesting that this happened around the same time in Arizona, where Turning Point USA is located. And then this video is showing this sort of apocalyptic, which many people fear, nuclear bomb or nuclear war taking place. So I just thought this was a weird coincidence. But the last thing I wanted to state, it has been the rings that Erika Kirk has been wearing at pretty much every outing. And people haven't really been able to figure out what these rings mean. I've said myself that I believe, this is not a fact, everything I say in this video is alleged, I believe that it could mean Mother Goddess. The M stands for mother, the G stands for goddess. Some people have said, well, it stands for the name of her children. How do you know that? Where have they ever publicly said the name of their children? The most we've ever gotten out of it is Gigi, which is ironically enough the same name of Kobe Bryant's daughter that passed away with him in the helicopter crash. Video coming on him soon. which also translates to 77 because the letter G is the seventh number in the alphabet, which there's that number 7 again. But regardless of what these letters mean, I think we can all agree, or most of us can agree, that it's a bit tacky and distracting that she's been wearing them in her Fox interview, in her speeches. It's a bit odd to me, and it's always on the hand where she is patting her face nonstop, almost as if she wants us to see it. Well, there's a famous saying, I believe it was popularized by President Bush, and then again by J. Cole in his song, "Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me 2 times, shame on me." Multiple times now, one at the memorial, and then again last night at the event where they were honoring Charlie Kirk's legacy. I noticed that Erika Kirk dabs her face, and the only finger that seems to be out is her middle finger. It seems a bit odd to me. Y'all gonna say it's a reach, it's a stretch, but I'm like, you're wearing these rings, they're on the hand where you go out your way to pat so people can see them, and then a couple of times I've caught you, almost seems to be almost like inadvertently, I'll give you a pass and say it was inadvertently flipping the crowd off. I don't know what that means. It's almost seemed too symbolic to be a coincidence. And speaking of parents, at no point in time since any of this has happened do I ever hear anyone ever mention Charlie's parents. Erika doesn't mention them or anyone else. They don't speak, not at the memorial or not even at last night's event. At this event, it was only Erika, and she doesn't even mention his parents. That's very unusual and very odd. If something like this happened, I would imagine that the parents will get some sort of, time, even if it's just 2 or 3 minutes, to speak about who Charlie was, what he represented, what he was like, and how they're doing and how they're holding up. But it all seems to be Erika Kirk and Turning Point USA. But the last thing I'll say, which is not conspiratorial at all, is that it just seems to me that this event is moving so fast. Am I the only one that sees this, that notices this? You're already having Charlie Kirk legacy events and awards, and I get that you believe that the man was pow or whatever, but since when has something ever happened this fast after something like that? Some people are still struggling to even believe that this dude is not here anymore. And they're already having ceremonies and events and Charlie Kirk days and boulevards. It's like they're moving on. It's like they're stamping this. There's no investigating. There's no questioning nothing. Let's move on. That's weird to me. That's so weird to me. Y'all up in the comment section, let me know what you all think about this. Hit the like button if you do not mind. That would really, really help the video to push this video into the algorithm. Thank you so much. Big shout out to my Patreon members. Y'all mean the world to me. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Oh yeah, Diddy got a podcast.